Hi guys, JT here. Today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Ultimate Collection of May 2026. To help me answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Fallout 76 Mojave Deluxe Edition, an ambitious expansion bundle that builds a substantial sun-scorched desert region called Burning Springs onto the game's existing map. Transformed from its rocky 2018 launch, this online role-playing experience now offers structured frontier tyranny overseen by the Rust King, an unusually intelligent super mutant ruling over Deathclaws and Raiders. If you dive into this expansion, you'll explore dusty highways, bleached motels, and irradiated canyons that serves as a spiritual cousin to New Vegas. You can participate in compelling bounty hunt loops brokered by the Ghoul, tracking targets across dunes for caps and unique modifications. 2 major public events, Gearing Up and Sinkhole Solutions, require you to cooperate with strangers to train Deathclaws or defend settlements from swarms of mutated creatures. Beyond this new biome, you still have access to Appalachia's 6 distinct regions, anchored by a flexible special perk card system and an intricate camp base building mechanics enhanced by desert-themed decorations. However, you must still contend with the game's original flaws. Combat occasionally lacks single-player punch, enemy AI behaves erratically, and inventory management can feel like a bureaucratic chore unless you subscribe to premium perks. Additionally, the live service grind remains prominent once the novelty of daily event rotations settles in. If you crave the solitary intimacy of traditional sequels, this shared theme park might feel different. But if you judge it as a stable, evolving communal wasteland, you'll find a mature, highly enjoyable package that gives you plenty of reasons to reclaim the radioactive wilds. At number 2 we have StarRupture, a first-person base building and automation game in early access that offers a casual beginner-friendly alternative to complex simulators like Satisfactory. You play as a prisoner, dropped into a massive, dangerous alien planet tasked with harvesting resources and completing corporate orders to secure your freedom. Instead of forcing you to use complex spreadsheets, it delivers a deeply satisfying and approachable casual loop. The core gameplay relies on setting up mining equipment and automated refineries across a massive map. Progression feels highly rewarding because you can advance quickly by exploring mysterious structures, fighting alien creatures with your rifle, and gathering data to unlock blueprints. A unique mechanic is the periodic StarRupture, a dramatic solar event that temporarily sweeps the terrain clean of hostile wildlife and resets natural resources without destroying any of your existing factories. Visually stunning with highly detailed, realistic terrain textures, the game runs incredibly smoothly and is exceptionally well optimized for an early access title. The developers have already released a major content patch and outlined a comprehensive roadmap that includes new weapons, buildings, and unique biomes. StarRupture is an exceptional entry point for anyone new to the genre. It respects your time by letting you jump in and out easily, ensuring you always accomplish something meaningful during your sessions. By brilliantly filling production downtime with engaging sci-fi exploration, it keeps you fully immersed. If you want a beautifully optimized, less stressful factory builder, this game is absolutely worth your time. At number 3 we have Lens Island, a game that blends building, farming, and crafting with dungeon crawling and open world exploration. You wash into the shores of a tropical island, but don't expect cannibals or animals wanting to bite your head off, as you'll be welcomed with some very hearty music, as if you've just been welcomed home. It is definitely more positive than, say, The Forest. This game looks to do away with intense survival situations like looking after 5 different indicators for you to even breathe, or putting you in undue stress. Only indicators that you have to look out for are health and hunger. You already have the capabilities to build a variety of structures, together with the tools required. The game doesn't tell you what to do, and it is up to you if you want to be a lumberjack building your home, or an adventurous cave dweller. Amongst its beautiful coastal beaches and trees, you will be collecting various resources to build things like wood, stone, clay, grass, limestone, etc, etc. The freedom given to you is a blessing, as you won't be stressing out to survive. But it is also a curse because, well, you have to figure out your own goals rather than be given specific goals. The game is missing the pull of incentivized moment-to-moment goals, which can be a huge turnoff to some. Even the town felt a bit dead, as nobody has any quests for you, and you aren't pressured to save anybody in trouble. However, a recent expansion called Uncharted Waters added islands, biomes, and 10 new dungeons for you to explore, all of which will have you traveling around the sea. While previously you can travel to caves to do some combat with no real objective, this time around the 10 new dungeons will have boss battles lurking within. You can upgrade your character's skills via a skill tree, and buy or craft even more weapons and items than ever before. Additionally, you can start building your paradise home on an island with an expanded arsenal of materials, items, and storage. If you get tired of foraging for things, you can always cultivate your own with your own farm. You can also use machines to automate your farming. At number 4 we have Roman Triumph, Survival City Builder, a hybrid colony sim and tower defense game set on the dangerous fringes of the Roman Empire. In this game, you're tasked with building a thriving settlement from the ground up, while fending off brutal northern barbarians and terrifying mythological beasts like the Hydra. The core loop provides around 20 hours of highly engaging gameplay. You'll enjoy balancing solid supply chains, managing citizen healthcare, and satisfying fickle gods through a deep, rewarding religious system. Designing fortifications with ballistae, wall networks, and legions of disciplined legionnaires feels incredibly precise and creative, successfully capturing the nostalgic essence of classic city builders. However, your experience will likely be hampered by a sudden 1.0 launch that left the game feeling unfinished and seemingly abandoned by its solo developer. You'll encounter frustrating mechanics, including an overly punitive mythological difficulty curve, an intense tedious worker assignment system, and various technical bugs, such as citizens phasing through solid wooden gates, broken exit buttons, and a complete lack of fishing mechanics. The tutorial text bombardments are overwhelming, the strategic pacing can feel glacial, and the research trees remain noticeably incomplete. Roman Triumph is a mechanically fun sandbox with immensely captivating potential, but it currently lacks a robust narrative conclusion or long-term objective. You should definitely consider picking this up if you love challenging historical survival settings, especially in a bundle. At number 5 we have Deadzone Rogue, a sci-fi roguelike shooter that puts you aboard the dark corridor-filled ship ISS-X, blending a serious space horror tone with high-energy gunplay. While the atmospheric setting heavily channels the eerie vibe of Dead Space, the actual combat mechanics and enemy encounters feel closer to Killing Floor. What makes this experience unique is how developer Prophecy Games integrates a compelling narrative directly into your progression loop, making sense of your repeated deaths instead of relying on narrative dissonance. You'll navigate 3 distinct zones, packed with evolving mechanics, unique bosses, and varied enemy designs. The heart of the game lies in its excellent interlocking systems. You can fully customize your build across runs by upgrading basic armor and numerous weapons with elemental powers. These abilities can be linked together or tied to specific game states, giving you creative freedom to deploy support drones or focus heavily on massive fire damage. While the elemental diversity could be slightly broader, the system remains deeply satisfying. Accessibility is another major strength. Robust difficulty options like Adventure Mode ensure newcomers or players with less precise aim can still enjoy the journey, while tougher settings provide a stern challenge for genre veterans. The campaign delivers a cohesive yet flexible experience that supports 3-player crossplay co-op between PC and consoles like PS5 and Xbox Series. Deadzone Rogue succeeds as an approachable, highly replayable action shooter that layers in rewarding new mechanics the deeper you venture into its tense, atmospheric loop. At number 6 we have TEVI, a 2D action platformer serving as a spiritual successor to Rabi-Ribi. In this Metroidvania, you control a bunny girl protagonist exploring the massive world of Az. The signature twist here is the inclusion of bullet hell mechanics, where enemies fill the screen with intricate projectile patterns. The gameplay is exceptionally polished, offering smooth movement and a dynamic moveset that lets you weave melee combos with ranged laser attacks. You can customize your playstyle using a vast system of collectible sigils to fine-tune your loadouts. Boss battles are an absolute highlight, demanding that you precisely weave through screen-covering bullet patterns. While the difficulty options are flexible, a massive abundance of late-game gear can occasionally make the progression curve feel uneven. Unfortunately, the game struggles to deliver a compelling narrative. Despite full Japanese voice acting featuring an anime star cast, the dramatic twists and betrayals feel unearned and lack emotional weight. The main trio boasts entertaining witty dialogue, but surrounding characters feel like lifeless obstacles. The narrative focus only comprises the classic Metroidvania freedom. You're heavily railroaded through chapters, frequently finding your exploration blocked because crucial traversal abilities are locked behind story cutscenes. Furthermore, the game's final act feels rushed, leaving several areas and teased features completely unfinished. Visually, the diverse pixel art looks stunning in motion, backed by a solid multi-composer soundtrack. TEVI is a mechanical masterpiece plagued by a weak story and linear progression, but its stellar combat remains entirely worth your time. At number 7 we have Wandering Sword, a unique RPG inspired by Chinese wuxia martial arts stories that places you in the shoes of Yu Wenyi, a young martial artist caught in a massive nationwide struggle among rival sects. While its HD 2D pixel art style and grid-based battles evoke games like Octopath Traveler and Live Alive, it is far from a simple copycat. The game shines through its open-ended structure and deeply rewarding progression system. Instead of grinding monsters, you grow stronger by exploring Jianghu, seeking out powerful martial artists and defeating them to learn their distinct active and passive abilities. You can dynamically toggle combat between strategic turn-based planning and fast-paced real-time action. Branching side quests offer a robust narrative experience, allowing you to recruit over a dozen companions with their own rich storylines. However, you'll notice a distinct lack of polish. The user interface remains unappealing and clunky, especially when you use a controller. The English localization is frequently rough, featuring awkward phrasing and circuitous dialogue that makes scenes drag out longer than necessary. The plot itself leans heavily into cheesy predictable genre tropes rather than a deeply moving narrative. Despite these execution flaws, Wandering Sword delivers a captivating experience. If you can overlook the rough translation and menu clunkiness, you'll discover a dense, cohesive, and remarkably innovative adventure that captures the true essence of a martial arts journey. It stands out as an exceptional distinct gem for any role-playing fan seeking something fresh. At number 8 we have Ghostwire Double Pack, a bundled video game package containing 2 distinct supernatural first-person adventures from Bethesda, Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop. This collection offers you a pair of deeply stylized, action-heavy experiences that subvert traditional genres while immersing you in haunting, beautifully crafted environments. In Ghostwire Tokyo, you explore a stunning neon-drenched rendition of Tokyo that has been completely abandoned by humans and overrun by spirits. Armed with ethereal weaving, you use mesmerizing magic hand movements, talismans, and a spirit bow to fight off ghouls. The game trades genuine horror for uncomplicated action-adventure fun. While the story between the 2 moody male protagonists lacks emotional depth, sprinting across rooftops and tearing out glowing enemy cores provides a highly satisfying visual spectacle. In contrast, Deathloop drops you into an immersive sim where you play as Colt Vaughn, an amnesiac trapped in a time loop on the island of Black Reef. To break the loop, you must assassinate 8 visionaries in a single day. Arcane Studios forces you to ditch the quick save safety net, encouraging you to embrace chaotic mistakes, panic, and clever improvisation. Information is your primary weapon. As you repeat the day across 4 distinct time periods, you learn enemy patterns, uncover hidden routes, and piece together a perfect murder itinerary. Together, the Ghostwire Double Pack delivers a phenomenal combination of fast-paced, spell-slinging combat and intricate tactical stealth puzzles. It is an excellent bundle if you want to lose yourself in 2 memorable, atmosphere-driven worlds. At number 9 we have Doom Quad Pack, a definitive video game compilation that bundles decades of legendary first-person shooter history, spanning from the 1993 foundations to modern masterpieces. You get an unbelievable amount of content right off the bat, providing a front-row seat to the evolution of the genre. Starting with the enhanced editions of Doom 1 plus Doom 2, you'll experience sublime maze-like level design, built-in mod support via Boom compatibility, and the brutal new Legacy of Rust campaign. Moving into the modern era, Doom 2016 sheds the shackles of modern realism to deliver a blindly fast, adrenaline-filled soft reboot. As a highly mobile glass cannon, you must constantly strafe, double jump, and execute gory glory kills to regain health, all while Mick Gordon's face-melting soundtrack shreds in the background. Finally, Doom Eternal refines this formula into an intellectual, hyperkinetic dance. You're forced to read enemy defenses like a quarterback, targeting weak points on resurrected favorites like the Arc Vial while utilizing a massive arsenal, including the meat-hook-equipped super shotgun. The collection is not flawless. In the classic titles, you might notice that the audio mixing for the newly remixed music feels overwhelming, and the in-game mod browser lacks deep quality of life moderation. Furthermore, Eternal heavily buries its intriguing lore inside menu-based text logs instead of delivering dramatic in-game performances, which can disrupt your momentum. Nevertheless, this pack offers an extraordinary power fantasy. If you can keep up with its unrelenting pace, it rewards your precision with pure, unadulterated fun. It stands as an absolute benchmark for the shooter genre, delivering a masterclass in push-forward combat that will leave you pumping your fist in real life. It is an essential purchase for every fan of action. At number 10 we have Metal Eden Double Pack, an intense indie first-person shooter bundle that pairs two mechanically rich, momentum-driven experiences into a single, high-value collection. Combining two distinct worlds of the cybernetic classic Metal Eden and the procedurally generated roguelite Blood Rush, this double pack serves as an absolute love letter to the adrenaline-fueled boomer shooter genre. In Metal Eden, you take the role of Hyper Unit Asuka, an advanced battle android powered by a phantom core. Sent to the massive orbital city of Mobius, you must navigate a lethal sci-fi death trap to recover citizens' cores. The game perfectly captures the essence of legendary arena shooters like Quake and Unreal Tournament, wrapping a compelling narrative around upgradable weapons and modular cybernetic abilities. You can switch weapons via a radial menu, strategically pairing armor-depleting guns with heavy-hitting ballistics to melt robotic AI adversaries. Meanwhile, Blood Rush plunges you straight into a procedurally generated hell. Inspired by genre titans like Ultra Kill and Hades, this roguelite shooter tasks you with unlocking unique guns, draining miracles from relics, and utilizing precise movement skills to dismantle relentless demonic hordes. You'll enter a glorious state of combat flow, relying on well-placed headshots, fluid dodges, and a rewarding parry system to restore health and survive. Though its early access framework reveals uneven procedural balancing and underutilized slam abilities, the core gameplay loop remains exceptionally tight. Together, these games offer a brilliant combination of mechanical depth, rapid decision-making, and high replayability, making this explosive double pack an essential addition to your radar. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is an absolute nerf to your wallet. Starting at a brutal $29.99 for just 2 games, the pricing is completely broken. Gamers are calling out this deal because heavy hitters like StarRupture and Deadzone Rogue are literally cheaper to buy straight from Steam. Forcing players into a $15 per item tax for old bundle repeats like Deathloop is bad meta. Honestly, save your gold and skip the raid. This entire bundle is a massive skill issue. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the darkness of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.